Let God Love You. This is my latest book. I'm very excited about it. Stick around if you'd like to learn how to get a free copy for yourself. Welcome. In this video, I would like to encourage you to let God love you. I've just finished writing this book, Let God Love You, and I'd like to give away 10 free copies to the first 10 people who write to me and ask for a copy. Between now and the end of September 2023, for the first 10 people who write and ask for a book, I'll mail it to you, no strings attached. Just let me know what address to send it to, your P.O. box number or whatever. And I just want to encourage anyone that's interested in this topic. I think the book is suitable for an older teen through an adult. If you're maybe about 16, 17 and you're thoughtful about your spiritual life, obviously into your young adult years, but also adults, regardless of age, I think that there is something of value for you here. I was so interested in this topic because I needed to hear it, because this message has been, it's like all I can think about in my own spirituality these days is just to remember and to rest and relax in the truth that God Almighty loves me. And to grab a hold of this message, all you need is a little mustard seed of faith. Remember, Christ said, just a little mustard seed, and it'll grow. So I would encourage you, you don't need to buy a book to get the message, but just nurture your seed of faith, that little faith inside that God Almighty loves you. And He's infinitely creative, and regardless of what struggles or difficulties or tragedies even that you've encountered in life, God will bring something good out of it. And His gentle love will fill our hearts. It doesn't make our lives, like smooth sailing. No. But deep, deep in our souls, we can know that we are safe and at home in Him. And in His love is where we find the meaning of life. In His love is where we find the joy of life. So I'm just needing this message myself these days, and I just want to share it with others. So this book that I say already, it's got 365 pages, and it's got 31 chapters. And so again, between August and September 2023, I'd like to give away 10 free books. After that, it's still available on Amazon and lulu.com, Lulu.com, or Amazon, either way. So in the book, I start out in chapter 1 to talk about a dream that was so powerful and meaningful to me. So I begin with that, which helps me to get a hold of this message for myself, and so I share it with you. In this book, there's a whole section on what has been called the human condition. Common struggles and difficulties that tend to be common to humanity, it seems. And that is very helpful to understand. For example, we all have to contend with the world, the flesh, and the devil at the level of temptation. So I talk about that as one example of the human condition, but there's others that are very important. I talk about the importance of contemplative prayer, the prayer of silence. And there's a little chapter on that to encourage you in that. And then there's a very special section, and you can see by the gray border here on these pages here with the gray border, there are different conversion stories that I've been given permission to publish. One by the great musician, John Michael Talbot. What a beautiful musician. His conversion story is in here. He gave me permission to publish it. The conversion story of Sister Emmanuel Maillard, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, a French nun living in Medjugorje. Her conversion story, which is very compelling, is in here. And some friends of mine, their conversion stories are in here, and they're all very engaging stories, and they're unique to themselves, each story, but each of the stories has this as the theme, that God Almighty loves them, and they were transformed by the love of God. They're very beautiful stories. The book, I think, is valuable just for those stories all by themselves. Now, I would like to close with a little quote, a quote that I had read before, but it hadn't really grabbed me until recently. And this is from the little prophet Zephaniah in the Old Testament, the Hebrew Scripture, Zephaniah 3:17, and this is the NIV translation. The Lord your God, Yahweh, your God is with you. He is mighty to save. He will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing. Again, that's Zephaniah 3:17. And you can personalize this prayer for yourself. Yahweh, my God, you are with me, and you are mighty to save. You take great delight in me. You quiet me with your love, and you rejoice over me with singing. Isn't that beautiful? May you let God love you. I invite you to pick up a copy for yourself. God bless. To order your free copy, please go to the About tab on my channel and email me the address that you'd like me to send it to, a P.O. Box number, work address, or whatever. Again, no strings attached. This offer is only good until the 10 books have been given away or by the end of September 2023, whichever comes first. After that, you can still order the book, of course, from Amazon, Let God Love You by Matt Sanders, or lulu.com, Lulu.com. Again, Let God Love You by Matt Sanders.